Democrats demand Sununu come clean on egregious lie over Epstein ties. Former Congresswoman Annie Custer, former state Senate Democratic leader Donna Soucy, and state rep Mary Hacken Phillips said the Republican Senate candidate owes voters answers about the 2010 Doha event referenced in the Epstein emails. Former Congresswoman Annie Custer and two other prominent Democrats called on John Sununu to, quote, come clean about any ties. So yeah, I wonder what that's all about. Okay, so yeah,
didn't Epstein say that like Sununu's got good jokes or something like that? I think that was
yeah, for sure.
That was the bit in the email that came out.
Mm-hmm.
I might be misremembering the exact line.
So they had said this days after the Washington Post reported the Republican Senate candidate's campaign admitted his on-camera denial of ever visiting Doha, Qatar was false. Huh.
Shocker.
Custer told reporters Sununu was telling an egregious lie when he answered no in March to an on-camera question about whether he had ever been to Doha, a trip she noted takes roughly 20 hours by air. This is not a flight that you might forget, Custer said. Yeah, that's yeah. Like, oh yeah, remember that time I went to Qatar? Oh no, I can't. I don't recall that. Sununu has made that trip twice, traveling to Doha in 2001 as part of a congressional delegation, and again in May 2010 when he attended the same World Economic Forum summit that Epstein and his associate Boris Nikolic discussed in emails released this year. Custer and Sununu never publicly disclosed the 2010 appearance, which surfaced when the Post pointed to a photo of him in the forum's own report on the event. Oh, okay. So they just found out because he was in a picture.
Really photographed?
Wow. In those emails released by the Department of Justice.
Why is it there's this photo of you in Qatar, John?
Right. Like, I've never been to Qatar. What you talking about? Like, well, first of all, it said the 2001 was fucking clearly like public knowledge. So like, why would you lie about that? First of all, and yeah, the second one just only came out because they had a photo of him. But like, why would you lie about the first time? In those emails released by the Department of Justice in January, Nikolic sent Epstein a list of attendees for the Doha event and asked whom he should meet. John Sununu has good stories, Epstein replied, without specifying whether he meant the candidate or his father.
I mean,
either one of them going there, I would say, is probably a problem, seeing as they've been both governors. Isn't that correct? Oh, wait, no, this is the other. Never mind.
No.
Other Sununu, my bad. But still, like, Jesus Christ.
It's the likelihood that he's talking about the one that's currently running for his Senate seat to get his Senate seat back, ostensibly, is probably the one that Epstein is referring to, like, most likely, just because, like, that's a national politician. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's not
yeah.
You know, it's not John Sununu, the governor.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he was ever
like out in Qatar for some reason. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he wasn't. But they should clear that up so, you know, the other person has their name cleared, you know, whoever it was. Because, you know, it says it's not clear.
Right.
Just it's so weird. A lot of people in the Epstein, you know, related to around the Epstein files, around these parts. It seems apparently AOT took $13,500 from donors named in Epstein files. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Governor Kelly Ayotte accepted $13,500 in campaign contributions from four men identified as associates of Jeffrey Epstein in the Epstein files, according to a Midas Touch report. Oh, wow. That's cool. They're quoting from them. Uh, the contributions documented in Federal Election Commission filings cited by the report date to Ayotte's U.S. Senate career. Leon Black, Mark Rowan, and John Phelan each gave $2,700, while Leslie Wexner gave
Waxner.
$5,400 through two maximum donations during the 2016 primary and general elections. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't want to be caught taking money from Les Wexner, dude. That's not really it's not a great look.
Yeah, remind me who that was again?
Just saying. Les Wexner?
Yeah.
He owned Victoria's Secret.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem too good. Black
And like a bunch of other shit too. Like I think he also was Abercrombie and Fitch too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, damn.
To double check on that.
Black, a co-founder of Apollo Global Management, often socialized and dined with Epstein, the report said, and paid him at least $170 million for tax and estate planning advice between 2012 and 2017, all after Epstein's 2008 sex crime conviction, my bad, there we go. Which is actually totally insane that, Epstein was already caught and he was basically let go. They just gave him fucking basically house arrest after finding out about his sex trafficking operation, the first time back in 2008.
They're like, there's no problem here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Les Wexner was the co-founder and chair of Bath and Body Works Inc. and was also principal at Abercrombie and Fitch and Victoria's Secret.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Just remember, kids, Abercrombie and Fitch walked so American Apparel could run.
Ugh. Black stepped down as Apollo.
In terms of like sorry. Just
no,
in terms of photos of naked, barely legal girls,
right,
for their advertising campaigns.
Yeah, you must be at least this skinny as well to work here, right? It was one of those places.
Yep.
Like, sorry, we don't make over a size 32 here or whatever.
Yeah, I hit puberty too late to work at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Black stepped down as Apollo's chief executive in 2021 amid scrutiny of a relationship. A woman interviewed by federal investigators in the Epstein probe accused Black of sexual assault. He has denied wrongdoing. All right. Black sat for a voluntary interview with the House Oversight Committee in June, where he said he knew nothing of Epstein's crimes until the financier's 2019 sex trafficking charges. Completely fucking bullshit. Completely bullshit. Nope. He left abruptly after the committee subpoenaed him over non-disclosure agreements with women who had accused him of misconduct. All right. Deposition.
Yeah, respect his son. Lying is OP. Please nerf.
Yeah, right. I mean, we can get into this more, but I mean, I think we got the basic gist here.
What did Ray Buckley say?
Where is that?
On the bottom. Kelly can't. I always just love watching the cringe lines these people say.
Kelly can't run from the company. Can't run from the company or campaign keeps. Democratic Party Chair Ray Buckley said. Kelly has made her priorities clear: protect her wealthy donors while working families pay the price. Yeah, it just really is. It's just
about the NHDP's wealthy donors, Ray. You want to fucking respond to that? Like, let's look at let's like don't make us pull up the FEC filings for Stephanie Shaheen's campaign right now.
Yeah,
Like
right.
we can do that, but I assure you, big money, out of state money,
For sure.
wealthy donors.
Yeah, what's this?
What a lovely pivot. That was great.
Oh,
That was
wow.
such a good
Interesting.
segue.
Stephanie Shaheen's Dean Kamen ties become a political problem. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Congressional hopeful Stephanie Shaheen backs the independent investigation into her boss, investor Dean Kamen, and his relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Sort of. I like that. That's good. Since last week's release by the U.S. Department of Justice of more files connected to Epstein and his sex trafficking operation, the powerful men revealed to be in his orbit are being forced to answer questions. Dean Kamen is not accused of breaking any laws in his relationship with Epstein. Yeah, no one has been. That's the problem. That's kind of the big problem we're seeing here, because so much of it was redacted, but the stuff that wasn't is pretty damning. So what the fuck is happening? That's
Yeah.
uh, came and well, and they're not even investigating further into the people that were like all this stuff is coming out about. Kamen initially downplayed his relationship with Epstein when it first surfaced. However, it turns out he made regular email contact with Epstein after Epstein's conviction on felony sex crime charges in 2008. According to newly released files, Kamen traveled to Epstein's private Caribbean island that prosecutors say served as a child sex trafficking hub, according to documents. The fallout started fast with first, the Manchester based youth science organization came and founded, suspending him from all activities and announcing it was hiring an attorney to look into the matter. Yeah, I would definitely ban the guy that from the youth based service center there. Definitely don't let them back in. The
Maybe
one that he
not.
founded,
Spokesperson.
so the organization he founded was like, no, get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. Yemen's government-funded research business, Advanced Regenerative Manufacturing Institute, or ARMY, how cute, uh, issued a statement on Monday that it plans to review Cayman's relationship with Epstein. This is where it gets tricky for Shaheen. She's been paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by Army to serve as their chief strategy officer. Shaheen said Monday she,
Ayo.
huh?
Ayo.
Yeah. Shaheen said Monday she's in favor of youth charity hiring a lawyer, but did not go that far when it comes to Army's response. Mm-hmm. In light of the troubling documents released by the Department of Justice, the first board made the right decision in hiring an outside law firm to conduct a thorough and independent investigation regarding Dean Kamen's interactions with Jeffrey Epstein. The Army board needs to address this matter independently, Shaheen said in a statement. I mean, that's
We need to do
very.
something, but I'm not really willing to say what I think needs to be done.
I feel like that an internal investigation is not what we're looking for here. I mean, like what is the police and detectives like jobs? Like what are they supposed to be doing? Like they don't cover things like sex trafficking? Is that not a thing anymore?
I feel like that would be feds for the
So,
most part because of the crossing of state lines. But
yeah.
I mean, remember Cash Patel, dude.
Yeah, that's true. And they've moved all their resources away from like finding child traffickers and like, actual people that are going to commit domestic terrorism in the name of like white nationalism and stuff like that over to, finding those scary, dangerous socialist leftists and restarting the Red Scare and all that. Got to divert
Yeah.
their our money to those
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah, they released like 100-page document about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a little bit on that
You
here
have
as
like a
well.
blacklist to that. I kind of had a feeling you might.
Yeah. Like, thanks for putting it out there. Now everyone knows who to vote for, I guess, and who to follow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So she went on here and said, the work Army is doing to create jobs to build a biomanufacturing industry in Manchester is critically important. Millions of people with diabetes, other chronic illnesses, and serious medical conditions are counting on Army's work to advance regenerative treatments to improve their lives. Okay, so she thinks that the board member should look into this guy that founded the company. Okay, and that the company's actually awesome. All right.
They did ask our boy about it though.
Yeah, that's
I like
pretty awesome.
seeing Heath get the you notice they asked Heath, they didn't ask Arudia, they didn't ask Baryon, they didn't ask Jasinski, they
Mm.
asked Heath. So
Yeah, Rep. Heath Howard said Shaheen's response demonstrates her lack of character. Howard is challenging Shaheen in the Democratic primary for the 1st Congressional District. Stephanie Shaheen appears to not be so keen on making good judgment a staple of her personal character or her campaign. That is a serious concern for someone seeking to represent half of New Hampshire in the United States Congress, Howard said in a statement. I am calling on Stephanie Shaheen to immediately and unequivocally condemn Dean Kamen and his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Moral clarity is not optional. Hell yeah.
voted.
Yeah, because she didn't say anything about him that was bad at all. It's just like, they said it's troubling.
Just
It's
enough to
troubling.
make it
It's
seem like she's like, yeah, she's like, I would look at this, you know what I
like,
mean?
I
Like,
should take a peek at that maybe.
there might be a problem here, you know what I mean? Like,
Like,
it's not like, dude, that's bad news. What the fuck? Can someone please figure this out?
not like, oh my god, I'm horrified.
The
I
rest
worked
of
for
the
such a
organization,
monster or
yeah,
something like that. Just like, oh,
yeah,
standard lawyer response. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
like, come on, dude.
she's not any better. It's, I mean, look, she's the CEO, I believe CEO of like a fintech company, right? Like financial technology company,
Hmm.
which basically acts as an intermediary between doctors and health insurance providers to try and provide nutritional programs to patients. Now, like on its face, that seems like, oh, that's not so bad, right? Like you're just trying to help out with nutrition and stuff like that. My question at that point is like, why is the primary care provider not able to do that? Why is the patient not able to just simply get a referral from their primary care doctor to a nutritionist who is covered in network by their insurance provider? Why do you need
Hmm.
a third party that is, as I said, a fintech company? So
Yeah.
utilizing and collecting data on patients to generate revenue
Well,
in a
they
financial manner.
need more money to exchange hands.
It's
Can't
like,
just go one to one
right.
there. Over.
So like when she said like, "Oh, I don't like my mother's decision to, do this like whatever," right? When they did the ACA thing last year,
Yeah.
right? When I'm being very inarticulate about this. When Shaheen she was the lead negotiator for the Democrats with the Republicans to end the government shutdown over the ACA benefits, and she was one of the chief negotiators when it came to like working out that whole thing. And now part of the reason she did that is because she's not up for reelection. She's retiring. So she's like
Hmm.
in one of those positions where she can just take hits. She can just absorb like just tank tons and tons of ire and frustration from people. Then it doesn't matter because we can't fucking do anything about it. We can't kick her out. We can't, she's leaving. Like we can't
Right.
primary her. We can't do anything, right? Like we're cooked. So um and like it's almost over for her anyway. So she can just Hail Mary and just be that number 2 under John Fetterman voting for Trump policy,
Yeah.
and it doesn't mean jack shit. Um, so
Which
but
nobody
for her
seems to
daughter, they were like,
recognize
"Oh."
outside of
Right,
New
I don't know
Hampshire.
why nobody talks about that more. Yeah, we don't it's like John Fetterman is the only fucking Democrat, and then it's
Right.
just
And we don't
like
come
the
up
he's the only one that anyone's feeling it.
until the presidential election. That's when New
Yeah,
Hampshire is. Everyone wants to talk about it, and they're like, "Oh, we think we know what New Hampshire voters want to do." It's like, dude, well, no, not when you've not been covering the other elections that are going around. Like what?
no idea. But so just so we're clear, when Stephanie was upset about the whole ACA subsidy thing, she's not upset because, like, she's losing healthcare. She's not upset about it for her constituents. She's upset because that's less Medicare dollars available. That's less marketplace dollars available for her company to come in and bilk as a middleman between actual providers like doctors
Right.
and insurance. That's she's it's that's like that's predatory in my view. That's like organizations like that as a whole. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that the people that work at her organization view what they do as like, oh, we're gonna, prey on
Right.
these people or whatever. I'm sure there's plenty of people that work for the organization that like got into it altruistically. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to like wedge yourself in as a way to like get a slice of the pie, that is that
Yeah.
is
Well, it's
predatory.
yeah, it's the banality of evil. It's dress everything up in corporatism in a suit and tie, and then it's all normal.
Dude, we're back to the same thing I said earlier, man. It's the free market. You got to
Yeah, yeah,
remember,
yeah,
you got to give up everything in the whole world, everything that you know dear. You need to sacrifice your firstborn. You need to
yeah.
do blood rituals on the new moon. You need to like
Mm,
toil as many hours a day as you possibly can, all for the sake of the free market. That's what we do here. This is
exactly.
we are
S
is our god, our king, our philosopher.
yeah, yes, sir. All hail economos. Uh,
Oh man.
oh yeah. Quick
I've been,
thing. I wanted to share this here. So
oh, nice.
I got sent this by Samantha Como. Please forgive me if I'm not saying the last name right. But this is a lot more detailed information with a lot of references about the Shaheen possible ties to Epstein stuff, and I've placed the link to this article down in the description below if anybody wants to check that out. I just don't have enough time to go over it on stream here, but definitely give that article a check out if you're interested in that.